Hello everyone, welcome to Food Pros channel. In today's video, you're gonna see how to make Ghee Mysore Pak. Ghee Mysore Pak is a classic and traditional recipe in the south which is made during the Diwali festival. The speciality of this Mysore Pak is the moment you put in your mouth, they just melt like butter. This simple Mysore Pak is very easy to make, but there are few tricky steps that you need to follow. I'll be showing you in detail. Let's get into the video. To make this Ghee Mysore Pak, you just need only 3 ingredients. I'm taking 1 cup of besan, which is also called as gram flour, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 cup of ghee, which I have melted. The ratio is 1:1:1. The first step to make our Ghee Mysore Pak is roasting the besan. To a large wide pan, I'm starting to add the entire besan and then roasting in low flame for about 5 to 7 minutes until the raw smell fades. Roasting the besan is one of the crucial steps which we need to follow while making the Ghee Mysore Pak because it takes time and it needs patience, because if you under roast it or if you over roast it, it will give us a bitter taste to our Mysore Pak. Our besan is completely roasted. You can see the color has been changed to a light yellow color. Next step is to sift our besan. To a sifter, I'm adding the roasted besan and then sifting it until there are no lumps. You can see the besan flour is completely sifted and I'm just discarding those little guys. Next step is making the Mysore Pak base. To the sifted flour, I'm adding half a cup of melted ghee. You can see I'm ladling it so that I will have the exact portion. Mix ghee and besan flour thoroughly until there are no lumps, because if we have any lumps, it will ruin our entire Mysore Pak texture. Use a fork or a wire whisk. Our Mysore Pak base is ready. You can see it's completely lump free and it's golden in color, which is totally inviting. The last and final step is making the sugar syrup. To a large wide pan, I'm adding 1 cup of sugar and 1/4 cup of water, and then we are starting to melt the sugar in water in low flame. The key to success to get a perfect Ghee Mysore Pak is the temperature. Always keep the temperature low. You can see the sugar is completely dissolved and our syrup has started to boil, and the consistency which we are looking is one string consistency. One string consistency is when a single thread is formed in between your forefinger and the thumb when they are gently pulled apart. Let's take a closer look. You can see the thread which has been formed now, and that's one string consistency. The moment you reach the one string consistency, start adding your Mysore Pak base, otherwise our texture will be completely ruined. You can see I'm adding the besan flour in a steady speed and I'm constantly stirring our Mysore Pak base with the sugar syrup, otherwise they stick to the bottom and then they get burnt very easily and they will catch lumps. In case if you're trying this Mysore Pak for the very first time, I'm gonna give you a very little tip. Texture is your friend, but temperature is your enemy. Always cook Mysore Pak on low flame until you have completely mastered the texture. I'm done adding all the Mysore Pak base to our sugar syrup, and you can see it's completely combined and it's getting a little thicker too. And it's almost close to 1 minute to 2, and I'm constantly stirring our base and cooking it evenly on all the corners. And I'm scraping the sides too. It's almost 5 minutes right now. You can see our base is getting thicker and the ghee which we have added is all absorbed, and then it's forming a nice smooth thick paste right now. And this is a stage where we have to add ghee, and you can also notice that they are bubbling on the bottom, which means the ghee are completely absorbed. It's time to add ghee right now. We still have half a cup of ghee left. I'm adding 2 tablespoons at a time, and we're going to add the ghee in multiple batches. The moment you add ghee, start continuously stirring our Mysore Pak base because the ghee has to get incorporated with our base. The moment you add ghee, you will find our base getting thinner, but eventually when you keep cooking it, it gets back a thicker shape. You can see the ghee is all absorbed and then our base is back to the thicker consistency, and now it's time for us to add another 2 tablespoons of ghee. I've added the other 2 tablespoons and this is our second time which we're adding our ghee, and I'm continuing to mix the batter again. I'm telling you, this Mysore Pak is gonna take a hard work and you don't want to go to the gym for the next 2 weeks. Our Mysore Pak base is thicker again, and now we are adding the third 2 tablespoons of ghee and we are continuing to stir it continuously. The moment you add the ghee, as I told you, it's gonna loosen up, and then again when you keep cooking it, it will get thicker and thicker. Our Mysore Pak base is almost ready. I'm adding the last 2 tablespoons of ghee and continuing to cook. It's almost 15 minutes right now and I'm cooking our Mysore Pak base in a low flame. You can see it's nice and smooth, it's silky and glossy too. You can see the base is pulling away from our pan, and this is a step where you need to check for a big bubble. The secret here is the moment when you add the last ghee, you have to find the big bubble. Once you find the big bubble, it's ready to be transferred. I'll show you in a closer look. You can see the bubbles bursting on the sides. There is one bigger one and one bursted one. That's it, our Mysore Pak is ready. I'm transferring it to a loaf pan which I've already greased with ghee, and I'm having a parchment paper in the bottom. Just be careful when you're transferring the Mysore Pak. They are piping hot, and immediately smoothen the top layer with a spatula or a spoon which you have greased with ghee. Allow them to cool for 15 minutes and then we'll flip our loaf pan and we'll see how well they are done. The loaf pan slides very easily. I'm removing the parchment paper and let's cut into pieces. You can see the knife just glides in very easily, and that shows our Mysore Pak is super soft. You can cut your Mysore Pak into desired shapes like rectangle, square, cube. No matter what the shape is, the taste is scrumptious. I'm gonna cut my Mysore Pak into smaller sizes because we are a huge fan of Mysore Pak and it just disappears within seconds. And that's the final look of our Mysore Pak. You can see how well they are done. They are smooth and you can see the layers in between them. And that's the moment of truth. Let's see how well our Ghee Mysore Pak is done. You can see I can break it very easily. It's super soft and I hope you all loved it. Do try this in your home and leave me a comment in the comment box how well they are done. In case if you want to hear this recipe in Tamil, I have a link in the description box. Do check it out, and thanks for watching Food Pros. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you all in another video. Until then, it's bye from Archana. Bye bye. Take care everyone.